Today for the Bitcoin price, Bitcoin broke out of this rising channel here. The question everyone is asking right now is, of course, is this finally the beginning of us knocking out the 12,000 US dollar price level and going straight away to my specific next price target for Bitcoin in the immediate short term? Or is that just a harbinger of a fake out as we saw it a few days ago? Well guys, I will show you one pattern Bitcoin exactly mirrored within the next 12 months, which was confirmed today and which shows us that the all-time high for Bitcoin will come much sooner rather than later. And this is it guys, look at this. In the last 12 months we had confirmed phase A, B, C, D and now also phase E, the final stage for Bitcoin, which shows us exactly when we can expect the next all-time high for Bitcoin. You can see this is a mirror of this textbook Wyckoff accumulation pattern, exactly A to E, perfectly mirrored here for Bitcoin. I will be telling you exactly what we can expect for Bitcoin, not only in the immediate short term, but also within the next few weeks and months. Guys, today you can for sure not afford to be missing out on that video. Make sure you watch it all the way through until the end of the video. You sit down, you scroll down, and you make sure that you smash up the like button to at least 4,000. Let's try to hit 5,000 likes. I am making sometimes 2 videos a day, and if we hit these kind of likes, I will continue with that. So thank you so much for that guys. You are the best crypto family in the world, and with that being said, welcome to the fans and welcome back to MMCrypto. My name is Chris, and as always we are really pumped to go straight into the content. Alright guys, and as always we are starting here on the hourly candles for the Bitcoin price, and as you can see, Bitcoin just broke out here out of this rising channel as we mentioned yesterday with DaVinci J15 in this video. And of course the question everyone is asking right now is, what can we expect for Bitcoin here in the immediate short term? As you can see, Bitcoin is coiling up here for the next move, and I want to be sharing with you what I'm expecting for Bitcoin also here in the short term. But more importantly, and this is the reason for this video, is this Wyckoff accumulation schematic number 1. And my partner here, my co-founder Anoop from MMCrypto, he was talking about that ages ago on his crypto portrait channel, and I want to show you here why right now this phase number E is completed and what this means for Bitcoin also within the next few months and when we are going to reach the new all-time high. First of all, hourly candles right here, and as you can see we are in this rising and as you can see, we were in this rising channel. Bitcoin broke out, and the question is, what are we going to do right now for Bitcoin? On the hourly candles, you can see with this accumulation here, we are basically forming some kind of new cluster of resistance slash support, whether we are going to break out or break down. This is not something bad, because if you were to zoom out on the daily candles, I talked about that multiple times on the channel, that once Bitcoin breaks above this 12,000 US dollar level, we only have thin air above. I talked about that already a few days ago, and look how the damn volume is here falling completely off a cliff. But what does this mean for Bitcoin? As you can see, before Bitcoin already broke out of a rising channel, it confirmed the breakout, and I mean we can see what happened afterwards. Is the same thing happening again? Is this just a fake out? Well guys, I want to show you something. Whenever Bitcoin breaks key resistance like this 10,500 US dollar level, I mean look at this. This was just like butter. It just broke through like butter through the 10,500 US dollars. Whenever this happens, me personally, I am betting with my trades, with my money on Bitcoin to go furthermore towards the upside. Well, this was a fake out, but I would not be betting on this being a fake out. And the reason for that being is that Bitcoin tends to take the most amount of money from the most amount of people most of the time. And in bear markets, of course, it's doing that by just crashing down when no one expects it. But here in bull markets, it's doing it basically whenever no one expects it. And I'm zooming in here into the times of April, May, June, July 2019. And as you remember, we were in this severe accumulation phase here in 2019. And do you remember the 1st of April 2019 when Bitcoin just crazily broke out of this huge resistance area, ended the bear market here with this huge volatile move and formed this rising channel here on the 4-hourly candles for Bitcoin. Well, what happened here? Many people said this was just too crazy. Bitcoin has to break down, retest the $3,000 levels, make something like a double bottom or even go lower. We had the hyperwave theory and many more things. Well, guys, as you can see, this is exactly what happened afterwards, and this is what you usually can expect for Bitcoin when we are breaking key resistance like here the $6,400 levels. Then we had a breakdown, another rising channel. Bitcoin broke out towards this $14,000 blow off top. The same thing is, in my opinion, happening here right now again. If I were to bet on Bitcoin, basically I will show you my trade. I would be betting here on Bitcoin going towards the upside. Let me know in the comment section down below what you think about that. I'm personally really certain about that, but of course I'm not betting my whole money here. I am waiting also on the sidelines to pick up some cheap Bitcoin just in case I were to be wrong, and this is also possible, of course. You know, I entered a long trade here at $9,400. I'm actually pretty proud about that because I was waiting for this breakout, not only within this symmetrical triangle, but also if I were to go over here on the BLX and then on the monthly candles. I mean, we were all waiting for this since 2 or 3 years. So of course I was only waiting for the breakout, and of course I was going into a long position here once we confirmed the breakout. This is the reason why I did it, basically, just because many people were asking. But now, guys, let's go into the Wyckoff channel. Let's go into this pattern Bitcoin was actually forming here exactly. I mean, it is basically a mirror, guys. Wait for it. I will show you what this confirmation actually means for Bitcoin, where we are going to break out to. Guys, you will not believe your eyes if you stick here until the end of the video. First of all, I wanted to share here an update on my trade on Phemex. As you can see over here, my trade I entered, as I mentioned previously, here at $9,400 is right now approximately at $52,000 profits. I will be taking profits very soon. I will be telling you when. And of course, guys, this is not 100% certain game, but I'm very confident here in my trade because I played it from a position of strength, guys, as you know. Going here over to my sub account, let me just switch over. You can see that I also opened a second position here on Phemex at $11,200. The last one didn't go so well, as you know. Every now and then also I have a non-profitable trade, but this one is here right now hovering around the $10,000 levels. Let me know down below in the comment section, and also with your like on that video if you appreciate this transparency, if you are liking the video. If I get like 4,000 likes on that video, I know you want in the future also an update of my trades. You want to see my trades here completely transparently. Also, guys, if you also want to put in a trade on leverage here on Bitcoin, Ethereum or altcoins, only do it if you're an experienced trader. This is very important, but if you are, I negotiate with the highest bonus on YouTube for you, up to $502 for free. If you scroll down, you click the Bybit, Phemex or Dudex link. I'm trading on all of these exchanges. You can choose which you would take. I'm trading on all of them. If you make an account, it takes like 20 seconds, and after 0.2 or 0.5 Bitcoin deposit, you can get up to $502 for free. And the beauty about that is you can use only the bonus for your trade, and you can withdraw the profits from this bonus trade, from this free trade basically. And with a 20x leverage, or for example a 30x leverage, these $500 bonus equate into a $15,000 free trade. So if you want, make sure you scroll down and you support us here also in the affiliate section down below in the pinned comment. But guys, look at this. This is the Wyckoff accumulation schematic, and what we see here basically is a 5-phase schematic. We see the phase number A, which we were actually in September, October 2019. Phase B, phase C, phase D, and phase E is the final stage. Phase C, I would actually ironically call the Corona phase. The phase C basically means just phase C, but I would call it the Corona phase because we also had this massive Corona crash, which perfectly actually plays here into the theory of the Wyckoff accumulation pattern. And what you can see here is phase A is a downwards pattern. It is actually the beginning of this bear trend. Phase A is always the beginning of a bear trend. We have a severe in waves, a severe downtrend for Bitcoin with a selling climax, an automatic rally, a secondary test. This is usually what we have in the phase A. The same thing here, we have a wave correction here to the downside, a secondary test, and we are going out of phase A. Remember that. phase B. What is phase B? Well, we have another secondary test here, which is lower than the previous selling climax. You can see here, up, down, and then recovery and another downtrend here until we are reaching phase B, phase C. You can see here the exact same, this selling climax going below the secondary test before. Then we have a correction towards the upside, and then just we are going down into wave C. Exactly what is happening right here. But look at this phase C, is extremely interesting because phase C builds actually the low of this whole bearish accumulation phase. We can see the same thing here. This is called the Corona phase. This is actually made for stocks, but Bitcoin perfectly mirrored this here. And you can see here one dump down towards a new low here on this wick of accumulation phase. Then we have a retest, a correction here at these support lines, and we are going bullishly out of phase C, actually beginning this upwards trajectory for Bitcoin, or in this case, or in the wick of phase cases here, the stocks. So we are going down, then a wave correction here towards the upside, bullishly into phase D. Phase D is also here in the beginning bullish, and then we have a consolidation zigzag pattern here, as you can see. And going over to the theory textbook pattern, you can see same thing, bullish and then zigzag consolidation going into phase E. You can see we are directly shooting towards the upside, breaking all the previous highs here, and this is of course the end. Remember, this is a bearish accumulation pattern. This is the end of this bearish accumulation phase, and this is here in the textbook the beginning of the bull market. Going over to phase E here, you can see after the zigzag pattern, Bitcoin is just breaking out, knocking out all the previous highs we had here for Bitcoin. You can see it. We actually have here a perfect wick of accumulation mirror. And what does it mean for Bitcoin? Well, usually going onto the weekly candles, this should mean that we are knocking out the all-time high rather sooner than later. Once again, pulling out the VPVR, guys. You can see there is no volume traded here. Basically, going above the 12,000 US dollar level is already a borderline confirmation that we might see the 20,000 US dollar level rather sooner than later. Remember what it means here on the wick of accumulation phase. I want to go down here and read a little bit of this theory here. As you can see, so this one actually says in phase E, the stock, in this case it's a stock, but we are talking about Bitcoin, leaves the trading range. Demand is in full control and the markup is obvious to everyone. After we broke the 10,500 US dollar level, it seems to be obvious for everyone. Some people are saying Bitcoin can't go further up since everyone is expecting it. The funding rates are at a high. But guys, this is just normal after a few years of bear market where everyone was basically only losing money. There will be always phases where everyone expects Bitcoin to go up and Bitcoin still goes up. This is completely normal after such a long bear market. So in this phase we are, and the markup is obvious to everyone. Setbacks such as shakeouts and more typical reactions are usually short-lived. New higher levels of trading ranges compromising both profit taking and acquisition of additional shares reaccumulation by large operators can occur at any point in phase E. And of course, these corrections, they are quite shallow. I talked about that before. You remember these rising channels, usually Bitcoin breaks out either towards the upside, and in case we are breaking down, we have a very shallow correction. Let me go over back into our chart here. Let me go over back into the hourly candles. And as you can see, well, we have a correction. This one is quite shallow. And just like a few days afterwards, 2 days afterwards, we are back at the ranges. All of these corrections tend to be quite shallow because this is how Bitcoin takes the most amount of money from the most amount of people within a bull market just by creating opportunity costs and leaving them on the sidelines. Look at it. Once again in 2019, breakout, then break down, but only a very shallow correction here. And if it's not shallow, it's only for a day, as you can see. And then Bitcoin just continues the upwards trajectory. I actually think that a very likely scenario, at least, is that we will repeat something similar to this. Let me know down in the comment section down below what you think about that. I personally think that with the highest likelihood, we will see a bullish remainder of the year 2020. And I actually think that we can breach the all-time high within this year. I don't think this is all too unlikely, guys. Call me crazy, call me a moon boy. We can talk towards the end of the year again. If I was wrong, I will say I was wrong. This is exactly what I'm expecting right now. Silver is breaking here through very key resistance levels. Gold is breaking the all-time high, going up constantly. There is so much currency in circulation right now that the people don't know what to do with their disposable income. This income has to go into assets which are deflationary, where the inflation is controlled. They shouldn't stay, in theory, in economic theory, in currency which can artificially be inflated just on the behalf of the people like Steve Mnuchin or the Federal Reserve. So this is the reason why I'm actually so confident on Bitcoin. It's not only the on-chain fundamentals, it's not only the technicals. No, guys, I'm also talking about the fundamentals which are going on in the economy right now. So please, guys, make sure, if you agree with me, that you hold your vast majority of holdings in a holding portfolio of Bitcoin. And whatever happens to Bitcoin, me personally, I will not be standing on the sidelines. I talked about that ever since we were at 3,100 US dollars. I told you I will always be in Bitcoin. I will be there when the big moonshot comes, and the big moonshot is coming. I talked about that hundreds of times. I'm happy to be here in Bitcoin with you guys, the best crypto family. Thank you so much for scrolling down, smashing up the like button, and please, guys, please scroll down and let me know in the comment section down below what you think about this Wyckoff accumulation pattern. I'm extremely pumped about that, and yes, I would be very interested in that. So thank you so much for watching, and we will see each other very soon at the next one of MMCrypto. And as always, guys, click the subscription box which is popping up right here, and also click the Bybit tutorial which is popping up right here. If you haven't watched it already, go with your mouse over to it, click it right now. And with that being said, we will see each other already today or tomorrow in the next one of MMCrypto. And as always, guys, bye bye.